Thank y'all so much for tuning in. I'm your boy Indigo, and welcome to another edition of a Popup Podcast.
He said, right? Bing, bing, bing. He said, who we got in the building this time?
Right. I really appreciate y'all for coming back again. I normally do them on certain days, but today felt good, and I really appreciate my brother No Good coming through. Thank you so much
for sure
coming through the spot, giving me your spirituality, but. Really, that's what we do here on the Popup Podcast experience and how we differentiate from the vibrational intuition. Here on the Popup Podcast experience, we talk about business, ownership, all right? And I do that through the 4 principles: paperwork, investments, group economics, and not to mention time management, all right? So, with that being said, let's go ahead and hit them in the gut. Go ahead and tell them about paperwork that you have for your business, because I know you do have an entertainment that you do. My man's an artist, so I'm going to let you take it away, bro.
Yeah, I'm going to keep it plain and simple. Listen, man, you definitely have to check me out. It's No Good Entertainment, NOGOOD Entertainment. Just spell it like you're literate, you know what I mean? It's normal. Ain't nothing special about it. No Good Entertainment. It's an LLC, and you got to definitely have your paperwork together. I mean, if you don't have legitimacy, how are they going to be able to pay you? If you don't have your spreadsheets and your admins right and your names and all your contacts, it has to be in place, because you have to show them evidence that you are who you say you are. And if something comes to gain from whatever you're doing, you would want to be paid.
Correct.
You know what I'm saying? They don't want to hold your money. A lot of people's like, man, they owe me something. Did you do your paperwork? What do you mean? What? What are you talking about, Raggy? The paperwork, like, if I say I'm no good, how can I prove I'm no good? Right. Oh, not just a picture, not just a song. Okay, well, show me your paperwork. And then when you make songs, make sure that you got your paperwork together there. You make contracts. These. Hey man, I'm gonna do a song. You wanna do a song? Hey, let's do a song. Boom, we do a song. Who's getting paid for this? How the royalties spread? What is the producer getting?
You know, the question that people really don't ask in the beginning, because they think they're just going about with just recreational hobby stuff.
Yeah.
And in the beginning, I can understand where he's going with this, because yes, you do want to do that in the beginning, but sometimes it becomes your passion, and people realize it's their passion, and they realize, okay, then I got a lot of actual intellectual property in the business that I have no royalties to or rights to, because I haven't actually done any paperwork to actually protect my intellectual property from the past, because I treated it like it's a hobby. Right. So what my man really is saying is the realest, and I really appreciate that. So once again, just in plain sight, your LLC, what's the name of that again, bro?
No Good Entertainment.
Okay, man, I really appreciate that. That's a good journey. So how long have you had your LLC?
For only me personally, it's been established for the last 15, but legally only for the last 2. Amazingly.
Okay, I like
and exactly every bit of the principle of why you made this show. That's why you kind of kinetically brought me here, because I just got everything taken care of, everything to the forefront, all the paperwork, all the admin, and I'm just now getting it. So I know what you're saying is real. You didn't know this. So this show was probably meant more for me than the people that's viewing, honestly. So that lets me know that I'm right, and what he's saying is very correct. And everything, the principality behind what you're doing, everybody don't just give these gems and these knowledges away.
Correct.
So that makes it organic. Y'all need to pick up on it. That's how we grow. You know what I'm saying? No additives, no preservatives, no none of that. But you definitely want to make sure that you get your paperwork together, and have a plan. Have principles. When I get to this standpoint, I want to do this, and then I want to do this with that and make it into this, and then stop. Don't overwhelm yourself, and then see if you can duplicate that same process and put it in numbers and get paid while you sleep. There you go.
And there it is. And that's how you sum up paperwork. All right. So make sure you go out
Easy.
there and make sure. Like y'all saw in the last episode, I do have my LLC. And I was going to ask you one last question about paperwork before we got off of it. In fact, you had it for so long. Do you think about adding additional LLCs to your LLC, making it a series LLC, saying like a clothing brand, and as attached to the music, because you do want to protect different royalties when you begin to do different stuff like that. Yep. Maybe you want to do real estate under the same LLC. So have you ever thought about series LLC, sir?
Yeah, and honestly, we do that. My wife has an LLC as herself. My LLC is more like exhibition, entertainment out there. Hers is more or less the supportive. If you need a party done and design, they gonna come do it. If you need the cleanup crew or the expert greeters or the whole hospitality, they do that too. Yes, but also they do their own single thing when they help the community for women and children that don't have. It's certain things that they give you in a commodity box. There's certain things that they give you in a pantry. She found it in herself, because she went through that once before, to get those other things that's essential for the kids and the moms, because they know they need extra care. And then on top of that, willing to be a person you can console to, like come talk to her and let me know what's going on, your progress. If you need some help, let's find it together type. So I do that as well, and I do have a clothing brand as well. You know what I mean? It's it just lets me know that the path that I'm on is correct, and the information is confirmed that you're right. You know what I mean? So this is cool, dude. Hey, we was cheek and chong 15 minutes ago. Now Runter Karnkite and David Koppel right now.
I love to hear that. With that being said, we're gonna transition over into the second part, or the second principle, into the ownership, which is going to be investments. So talk a little bit about the investments that you had, brother, going coming along throughout your tenure of your business. The
investments, as far as
anything from studio time, like, especially in the beginning, microphone, all the intangible stuff. I need all that stuff.
Like, say you have nothing. Here, I gotta get pen, pad. You gotta have material. You gotta have a studio. Then you gotta have people to design this and design that. Then you have engineers to make. You have to think about all those things before you start to get passionate about it. And you have to be willing to, either you're utterly blessed and people see you, or you willing to pay that dollar to invest in something you truly believe in. And I'm talking about, this is not no pipe dream or chasing a ghost. You really want to full-fledged go into that. Everything that you do, from gas to a phone call, is an investment. Weigh your time wisely. When they say that,
this is 2021 too. They got all kind of apps that you can do. So
it's
I definitely want to put that in the flex mentality, because if people don't understand what you're overstand, what you're talking about, like, everything you do, especially if you're thinking about your business when you're doing it, it's an investment.
Look, think about everything that it took for them to come up with a commercial, scheme, promo, advertisement, just radio jingle, just for you to buy the new iPhone. Think about the effects, the computer graphics, the this, the that, to make you be like, I really need one of them. They put millions into that one product, just for you to buy it. Are you willing to go that mile for your own self? Are you willing to go there for your culture or a fellow business person?
In the beginning,
you have to think about that.
I ain't mean to cut you off, but we gotta make sure
in the beginning,
for sure.
From the beginning, because they say the same business that people that you started with should be just as strong, just as good when it ends. You know what I mean? It should never be agreed for. If we started off together, I'm supposed to be able to feed him what he doesn't know, and the things that he keeps saying, he's supposed to share them with me. So when we grow as an organic, whatever, it's systemic. It becomes part of your whole ordeal. If you can't do it like this isn't for you. Right. That's how you separate the people that's serious and the people that just do it for a hobby.
I'm trying to tell you.
Stop playing. Stop playing.
Stop playing around with your exposures and your experiences.
Man, value what you have.
I might have to put on a shirt. Stop playing around with your exposures and your experiences.
What they say, stop playing with yourself. Ain't nobody playing, man. You got to be serious, man. Have a plan.
Especially when it comes to your business. With that being said, I do want to speak on investments again, because I recently have been making some investments,
Yeah.
And, far as this year, the podcast being new, everybody knows that. But when I actually been planning this podcast for about 6 months. If you really want to be 1,000 with it, because I knew this is the new medium that I wanted to take upon because I've already been teaching and I want to do online courses and stuff.
Right.
Because that's the way that people are going to learn. You have to make a course for something if you want to make it duplicatable.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Especially when it comes down to giving out knowledge. Especially with the Indigo Kid brand. Make sure y'all go out there and hit me up at the website www.indigokid87.com. It's all about spirituality, you know what I'm saying, the consciousness, and that's what I try to bring when it comes down to the investment, and when I'm thinking about that kind of stuff, you know.
Sometimes I think people forget the whims and the woes before the riches. You know what I mean? Like what it really takes, the time consumption. You're gonna lose friends. You're gonna lose sleep. You're gonna lose patience sometimes. Do all that. You're gonna fail. Don't be afraid to do all that, man. Do all that, because when you get it together, I ain't say if you get it together. I said when you get it together. That's when, with consistency, investment, principle. When you get it together, you're gonna see it all unfold the way you want, and you're gonna know you did it right. And then you're gonna be willing. You're gonna be like almost like kid happy to share it with somebody because you know it works. You know what I'm saying?
I like that, sharing it with somebody. It's a good transition too, because we're gonna go right into group economics. You know, and this is
teamwork,
basically. And even in the beginning, you know, before we knew other people around us had businesses, we were still giving out kind of like little golden nuggets, or even our physical labor, anything like that, towards people that we knew that we know were going somewhere.
Driven.
You know what I'm saying? Specifically. So along your journey, especially in the artistry, can you tell me or speak on some times that group economics has played a part in your career, sir?
Largely. Like say we have a particular group that like to annually do something. I took it upon myself to take everybody I know and try to bring them to this event. Because I knew the selection of people were biased. They want something. Some people have a particular way of doing things, and it seems like it's selfish, but in the long run, you're building something. So what I say is, you have, in a good sense, you
gotta clarify.
In a good sense, I'm gonna tell you where selfishness is a good thing, because it's only as negative as it's applied. You know what I'm saying? Any word. You're being selfless in acts of helping people get yourself where you want to be, but you know the servitude of what you want, you have to distribute it and you have to help people first. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, I do. Say it again for people. I like the way you word.
Let me gratify it.
Yeah.
You can be selfless, okay? But at the same time, it's okay to be selfish. It's only as negative as it's applied. When you want anything, you're thinking of what self wants and what self can do, or what you're going to do with it. But it takes an amount of work, whether you're going to work, whether you're working for a check under the table, legal or not, you're going to serve some purpose or something to bring that back to what. Why not let it be other people and businesses that got it bigger and better than you? They just need, you're trying to get to this plateau. They need help from people on your plateau. 1 + 1 is 2. 1 potato, 2 potato.
Right.
Don't let nothing stop you from knowing that. That's what I'm saying. A lot of people just don't understand the group economics. It takes us to get together, to get it together. When I say we need to get it together, that means two things. But I mean it in all magnitude, macro and microcosmically. I want you to say, anytime I want to help a black business, this business, that business, her business, don't question it. Just do it. Just do it. If you know they promoting something and you know people are going to be around, you don't know those people. Wouldn't you want to know those people if you had something going on? Well, I think I'm going to need you to support her or go to their. Next thing you know, when you need that that rear backing, they're going to be like, don't you got an event coming up? I'm going to bring them in my society because I was talking to them about you.
Right, and I think there's a lot with the mentality too. We definitely got to get the mentality in the right get in the right mentality space.
Stop being this mentality. Look, people love to see you doing good, just not as good as them. No, what your thing should be is, I want you to be doing as good as I am and maybe even better. You know why? Because me helping you today, one day I'm going to need you. I'm going to need you. I'm falling. You're going to push me right back.
Gonna catch you.
Exactly.
Have you been have you experienced any group economics this year? Even though or during the pandemic,
The pandemic was easy because I knew the transition of everything being online through apps, through digital, everything was just on the pop. Mm-hmm. It didn't take any contact to record anything when you got the necessities right here in your home. Right. If you want to, I can recall at one point in time, we had to go somewhere to record to make it look some type of way. Mm-hmm. I don't see you going nowhere. I got invited over here.
Right. And that...
Do you feel me?
Group economics at its finest right there.
It's right there. You can't make this up.
Really can't. And I like that, man. I really appreciate you going there because that's the message behind what group economics truly is. Mm-hmm. And you start scratching backs before. I think I said it on the last episode too. People don't realize in the beginning you're gonna have to scratch somebody else's back before you get yours scratched. And I have to keep using those cliches, but it's the only way that you can drive home the message.
Right.
So with that being said, I can't wait to get more group economics started with people. I just want everybody to get into the right space first. Mm-hmm. I've listened to a lot of ET the hip hop preacher. Shout out to him. But when you're doing work with people who are giving 120% every day,
every time,
they ain't just doing 100%. That's just doing what you're supposed to do. That's 100%. Okay?
I'm gonna give it some more.
You're supposed to do this.
Yeah,
Whenever you give more though, that's that 120. And when you do that every day, something's supposed to happen for you. And a lot of people will never experience that space, I think, because they truly don't believe in themselves a lot. But we're gonna transition it into time management because that's really where I think a lot of the issue resides. Is they don't really manage their time properly because idle time's a man's worst enemy.
Yeah.
All that idle time, people don't know what to do with it. Tell me about some times in your career, should I say? Because we are talking about ownership here. That time management has really played a part.
Look, I understand. It's a time and a season for everything, and it's a place for everything. Like when you get up, you have this certain itinerary, this certain schedule, this certain routine. And then within that itinerary, that routine, you have certain ambitions and drives and goals that you're doing, right? Yeah. With everything, you got to give yourself the time to plan it out, see if it works or not, fail, succeed, get some advice, be hard-headed, don't take no advice. And then you have to give yourself time to meditate and do nothing. Just... I like that. That's time management.
I like that. That's part of the time management.
That's time management. That went mind, heart, mind, body, and soul. Physically, mentally, socially, financially.
And to go back to what he was saying earlier about being selfish. That's the perfect time to be selfish.
You can.
When you need some time to yourself, I'm telling you.
You can. You be as selfish as you want to.
As you need to be.
As you need to be. Because pressure bust pipes, y'all. Sometimes you gotta let yourself go too. So if I try to hold you in a good way, or trying to hold this together, trying to hold me together, trying to hold this down, trying to hold that down, sometimes you have to just let go and get a hold of you. Because love is like this. When you love anything, it's just a word, correct? But it's only as strong as it's applied. Right. When you love something, you have to understand it, be able to contain it, experience it, and explain it, and be able to give it to someone else. Some people don't even love themselves. So how you managing time when you don't even love self and you say, I love you all the time?
Right.
So you have to learn to manage your time in all seasons. When it's time to do it, it's time to, that's why we're here. Right. Get up. Get it done.
That's why I like your spirit.
Get it done.
I can tell that you actually live that way,
man.
And like you ain't just really talking about it. And people say that about me a lot too. Everywhere I go, it's that spark. You got that spark that can light up a room.
Do that.
Can light up a quiet room. But at the same time, that's how people's time should be spent the first thing in the morning, in my opinion. And the only reason I took it there is because that's really the only time a lot of people don't realize that you have to yourself before you start having to go about the daily routines of life. And
you're the strongest when you first wake up.
Yeah, man. And what I heard on another podcast earlier last week, he was like, what I'm doing is when I get up early and I accomplish all of these little feats, all of these little accomplishments and goals, is I'm working up the energy to go throughout the day. And once you think about it like that, you're like, I got up, I made my bed, I brushed my teeth, I walked my dog, I meditated, I prayed. I was actually able to go to work energized,
Starting yourself right.
Yeah, and that energy that I had at work was able to propel me to go on throughout after work to do a podcast, if you like.
Yeah.
You have to keep your hands, your idle hands throughout the day busy in the evening as well. So I just want you to speak one more time to time management, especially earlier on in your career, because I think it's easier at the middle and towards the end of our careers, whether we're being in an educational field or any kind of entertainment, to speak on time. But did you even know earlier on when you were doing music or just playing around at school or doing sports that time management had to be a key?
Not at all. That's something that you'll have to definitely experience. And it varies with everybody because we all don't start or have the same thing going on. But in the beginning, you don't think about that. The only thing you think about is, this is what I'm going to do. This is what I'm about to be. This is where I'm going to go. This is how I'm going to sound, dressing. You never think about this. Or, wait a minute. Oh, man, I don't have time for it. Man, I got it. You never thought that. And then you start some people give up. They live a beautiful reality, but they forget the dream. Like, I mean, can I touch it right there?
Yeah, that's where I was going with it too, man, because it makes sense. Go ahead. Speak on how they forget the dream, bro.
I don't, like, as a child, my responsibility was to listen and be disciplined and do all the right things and do all the good things. And I dreamed. I was like, well, I'm going to be this, or I can do this. Change my mind 1,000 times. I got responsible. And I was driven. We call those dreams ambitions and goals. No. I'm dreaming to be a rap star. You know what I'm saying? Right. And then you get older and they become regrets and resentments and thoughts and days of the past and my heightening moments. Who the hell told you to give up? I seen an 87-year-old lady who was way back in the day where they weren't able to have education and then time did her like that. But you know what? She took out time, even at the end of her life, 70-something years old, and still got her doctorate because she was driven to do it. Dude, she said, I dreamt of this day. Now, oh man, I think dreams are just prayers waiting to be acted upon. To me, it's
gonna happen too.
You know what I mean? Not a provision, not a deja vu, no, it's going to happen because if you so will it, you already put it into existence.
Right. We're gonna speak on that too on the next podcast. Because I really want to talk about jobs and how they rob you of dreams.
Oh my God!
Because
joy stealers is what I call them.
Because 9 to 5s they're okay to fuel the dreams, but once you get lost in the 9 to 5s, like we were just touching on, your dreams begin to
they fade and they go.
They fade away because they only want you to excel or to climb.
Well, back in the days, I used to. Yeah. What? I'm still doing. What you talking about?
We just can't live in that time.
What you talking about?
But before we get out of here, man, go ahead and plug yourself in, man. I want everybody to know who you are, where you going, where they can get your merchandise set.
Man, no good. DaSiMP, man. It's noticeably outstanding, gifted, unique, and distinguishable because of the sinister mouthpiece. NOGUD DaSiMP. Everywhere. It's everywhere. Any merchandise, man, I'm just saying, I got a dumb catalog, y'all. Just put in no good DaSiMP apparel and it pops up in so many different places. We got some features going on. We got some videos going on. I have a lot of like singles with people in the city. I can't really speak on it because of,
There you go.
You know what I mean?
Love exclusive stuff.
Man, but y'all gonna be the first ones to get it. I kid you not. I'm gonna need me some apparel too. For real.
He had to plug in. Yes, Indigo Kid. www.indigokid87.com is also where I'm practicing the group economics at. All the photography, videography, not to mention the clothing brand sales. Definitely hit me up on all the social sites as well. Just type in Indigo Kid 87. YouTube. That's where you can find me on most at Spencer Williams /chakras. Alright. We out here practicing ownership, alright? Each and every day. And everybody I bring on the show is definitely going to be of entrepreneurship spirit.
Oh yeah.
I like saying that. I might need to put that
entrepreneurship spirit.
Entrepreneurship spirit. You know, that's the kind of vibe that we want everybody to have.
Remember that.
We finna get up out of here, man. I really appreciate y'all vibing with us tonight because for the most part, we need this knowledge out here, alright? Because my man E.T. the hip hop preacher said, knowledge is the new money.
On everything, spend it.
Go get you some.
Man, let me get my money up.
Go get your money up.
He said, man, get your money up. Come get you some of that knowledge.
I'm Indigo. Everything coming from this realm of existence will be spiritual in nature. This is no good to simp. You already know, man. We out here practicing ownership. And guess what? If you're in Omaha, Nebraska, practice some group economics with my brother, man.
Man, trust and believe.
Right? We out here doing what we supposed to be doing, all right? On that path with God. I'm Indigo. We're going to see y'all the next time on a Popup Podcast Experience. All right. Holla.
He said it's a pop-up.
Okay.